Is AAA gaming on the brink of collapse, or is it about to enter the golden age? The stakes have never been higher. Budgets are ballooning, player expectations are through the roof, and the competition is fierce. Even AA's these days can easily become AAA's. We got a complete war with game passes, publishers, and plenty of different launchers. Today, we're diving deep into the world of AAA gaming to figure out if it's headed for a complete boom or a bust. Let's begin. AAA gaming has always been the blockbuster side of the industry. Big budgets, big teams, and big risks, along with big expectations. Plenty of false advertising as well. But lately, it feels like the ground is shifting. Some games are smashing records, and those games are not AAAs, they're AA's and indies, while others are crashing and burning, including AAA. So, what is going on? And more importantly, what will the future unfold? The current state of AAA gaming. So let's start where we are right now. AAA gaming is a high-stakes game on its own. On one hand, we got massive hits like Baldur's Gate 3, which blew everyone away with its depth and polish, racking up over 10 million of sales in no time, which goes well above 20 million sales right now. Even though I heavily dislike Baldur's Gate 3, those are the facts. And on the other hand, we've seen flops like Starfield and Redfall, AAAs which had all the hype in the world, but they could not stick with it. Complete failures. So we got a mixed bag, and that's what makes this so fascinating. The reality is, AAA games are very expensive. Really expensive. We're talking budgets that rival Hollywood blockbusters, 10 times Hollywood blockbusters. Cyberpunk 2077 reportedly cost over $300 million to make, and that's not even the upper limit anymore. When a game hits, it's a gold mine. They can easily earn billions. But what when it misses? What when it flops? It's a financial disaster, and it can shake the entire studios and shut them down. The challenges and why AAA gaming is at a crossroads. So, what's putting AAA gaming on a shaky ground? First, it's the costs. Developing a AAA game in 2025 can easily top $200 million, and that's before marketing. That's a ton of pressure to deliver a hit, not to mention the limitations that publishers put on developers. And with gamers expecting more than ever, thanks to indie games rising the bar with creativity and accessibility, it's harder and harder to impress as a AAA. Plus, the market is saturated. It has never been more saturated than in 2025. There are more games than ever. From indie gems to free-to-play giants, with microtransactions of course, they're all fighting for your time. AAA games used to be the main event like 20 years ago, but now they're competing in a very crowded area. And let's not forget the live service trend games that need constant updates to stay relevant. It's exhausting for developers and for the players alike. You always need to adapt on every new patch. The potential for innovation. Tech to the rescue maybe. Here's where it gets exciting. Despite the challenges, there's a wave of innovation on the horizon that could change everything. Take AI, for example. Now imagine AI tools that can design levels, write dialogue, or even debug code faster than any human team, cause that's coming. And it's coming very fast, and very soon a lot of developers will lose their jobs. That could slash development costs as well and free up creators to focus on what really matters: storytelling and the actual gameplay. So we got a two-sided coin here. Of course, I'm rooting for us humans, but we gotta admit that AI will take over. We're gonna have Terminator scenes in real life in 20 years from now, if it continues like this. And then there's the VR. It's not just a gimmick anymore. Virtual reality is evolving into a platform for immersive next-level experiences. Picture playing The Elder Scrolls 6 in VR, feeling like you're actually in Tamriel. If AAA studios embrace these technologies, they could create games that are not just bigger, but better, more immersive, more creative, and more accessible. Not to mention that this industry will completely shut down movies and TV shows. And we are talking about all the actors that gonna lose their jobs and money as well as the writers, directors, and everyone that goes into movie industry. Everything is gonna shut down thanks to AI and VR. So we got two paths. What is the future of AAA gaming? Let's look at two possible scenarios here. In the best scenario possible, AAA studios adapt, embracing new tech, taking creative risks, and focusing on quality over quantity. They learn from indie success, prioritize player feedback, and they deliver games that feel fresh and exciting. The result, a new golden age of gaming where AAA titles are a must-play experiences. But in the worst scenario, AAA gaming doubles down on safe bets, endless sequels, microtransactions, and bloated budgets. Innovation stalls and players get fed up, turning to indie games or other forms of entertainment. Studios close and AAA label loses its luster, which is probably gonna happen until AI takes over. The truth is, both paths are possible. It all depends on how the industry responds to the challenges ahead, and we all know how everyone responds these days. Where's the money? That's the response. So my bet would be on AI and the complete downfall of AAA gaming. Will they innovate or will they cling to the old habits? That's the million-dollar question. Why does it matter to us? So why should we care? Because AAA games are tentpoles of gaming world. When they succeed, they push the entire industry forward, raising the bar for graphics, storytelling, and gameplay. When a specific game in a specific genre succeeds as a AAA, take Baldur's Gate 3 for example, then people start checking out the CRPG genre and they actually discover real and great CRPGs like Wrath of the Righteous, Pillars of Eternity, Dragon Age Origins. So those games are alive even today in 2025 and they make sales thanks to the AAA success from Baldur's Gate 3. But when they fail, it's not just a financial loss, it's a missed opportunity for all of us gamers and ex-developers as well. We deserve games that live up to the hype, and the future of AAA gaming will shape what we play for years to come. So, is the future of AAA gaming bright or gloom? The answer isn't clear yet, but one thing is certain, the industry is at a crossroads, especially during this year. The challenges are real, skyrocketing costs, player fatigue, and fierce competition. But so is the potential for innovation thanks to the AI, VR, and a new wave of creative talent. Here's my take. AAA gaming isn't going anywhere, but it needs to evolve. Unfortunately, that's not gonna happen, cause it's not evolving, it's devolving. But they earn more and more thanks to the great strategies in advertising and in marketing. So the only thing we got left until the AI takes over is like 10 years or so to enjoy some indie gems and AA titles. AAAs are doomed. Way too much limitations on devs, on story writing, on everything. What do you think is gonna happen with AAA games? Drop your comments in the video below. And do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching.